Hey guys, good evening. So, I wanted to share something. This is something that's deep to me, deep seated because today I just finished our event, our annual event, Feeding 5,000 Families, an event put on by Free Hunger Nation, a nonprofit that we founded. And gosh, so many thoughts as it comes to contribution. And I really want to share with you what I believe here. And this isn't to sell you on giving. I just want to share with you the thoughts about that revolve around giving and how people have found this to be one of the greatest joys in life, and people have found this to be some of the greatest pains in life. So here goes, right? we have a decision every day to make it to either give or take. We have a decision. We're going to take from the day, or we're going to give to the day. Or we're going to become something, right? Or not. And when I look at what we've done in life, just me and myself, I've looked at all the times where I wasn't so good, when I didn't do good things, when I wasn't doing great. And a lot of those times in my life were really when I was young and immature and selfish and didn't have a sense of purpose. And it all revolves around me not really having something tied to what I want to contribute to the world. It was all, what could I take from the world? And there are so many people out there today who all they can think about each and every day is how much they can take from the world, how much the world owes them. There are these people who believe that equality is so important, and so much so that when they believe equality, what I mean by equality is they say things like, the world's not fair. Everything is, I don't understand why some people have so much and some people have so little. I don't know why I can't get ahead. It's all rigged and it's all favored towards certain people. You ever been there? Have you ever said those things? And yet those are typically the people who would not give a dollar out of their pocket to be fair to others. You see, if somebody were to tell them there's a person making a ton of money, and they'd say, well, then that person should pay more taxes. That person should pay more of the responsibilities of the world. That person should give away more money. Because that's just what's right. If you make more, you should give more. Right? And so they would say that. And when they're asked, can you give a dollar? Can you give your time? They would say, no, I don't do that. I don't have enough. And because I don't have enough, I don't give to anybody but myself. Right? And because they do that, what they're doing is they say, everybody should give me something because I don't have enough, but I'm not willing to give anything to somebody else. And there's so many people out there today that do that live in the world of, when I have enough, I'll think about it. But since I don't and you do, give me some. Isn't that a little crazy? In my opinion, I think that's one of the reasons why we as a country are so divided, because so many people are so entitled to saying, or brainwashed to saying, that because they don't have, they can't give, and because we if somebody else has more, we should give more. But they won't give a dollar out of 10%, right? But if they won the lottery, they wouldn't give 100,000 out of the million. That's 10%. You see, if you start when they're small, the amounts are small, it becomes easier as you get more. See, the growth of what we want to contribute to the world begins when we start small. And every time I think about people who should be at our event or should have been at our event today, all I can think about is how selfish those people are. Not because they didn't give, not because they didn't volunteer, because if they don't have money, that's fine. If they don't have the time because they're working, that's cool. They didn't even nominate a family. They didn't even pick somebody to say, hey, I think these people could bless you. You know why? Because they're too selfish to do that at all. Because they don't believe in the fact of giving. And those are the people, and this is just my opinion, but I'm here to tell you something. Those people are the ones who will never get ahead in life. who will never have much in life, who will never amount to much in life because they can't see past themselves. Because their selfish ways will keep them tied and bound to average, to mediocrity, to poverty. Because, to be very frank, that's a poor mindset. And poor mindsets beget poor income, beget poor habits. You see how that works? So I'm here to tell you guys, when I started this thing, and one of the things I want everybody to know is I'm not trying to take credit for doing such great things in the world, although I feel like I do. There's so many more people doing so much greater, for one. But secondly, I don't do all this work. There are many people who work alongside me that say, I want to help, that I want to volunteer, I want to nominate, I want to contribute. And those are the people that we should admire as well. So, but when I put this together and I said, we got to do this, at first it was just for me. And then I said, hey, there's a lot of people out there that I know want to do great things. So there are many people out there who want to do great things. So I'm not saying everybody's just selfish. I'll just tell you that there are a lot of people out there who are just selfish. And because of their selfish ways, I believe this country's in a big challenge right now. I don't know about you, but I know it's in a challenge, and I know and I know it's in a challenge because of those people. Because of those people who have not seen the facts that the more you give, the more you shall receive. The more that you push, the more will push back at you. The more you give, guys. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. The more I've given in the world. And I was never this way. I wasn't always this way. When I figured it all out, my life changed. When I figured out that it wasn't just about me, it's about we. When I figured out that it's not just about how much I can get, it's how much I can give, life changed. Now, just to be clear, I'm not going to be here to tell you that I want to give everything away. That's not true. I work damn hard for everything that I got. I know that. And I'm not going to give it away. I don't just give things away. That's not what I'm trying to get at here. So I'm not telling people that's what you should do. If you feel that you need to, you do. But here's what I'll tell you. You give away the excess. You give away the things that you can live without. You give away the things that matter to others more than they matter to you. Not because it's like you're giving scraps away. It's because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be fruitful with the abundance of that which you produce. If you have 100 apples off a tree and you're only going to eat 10, give 90 away. Don't just let them sit there and say, those are my apples. Those are the poor people. And I mean the people that keep the 100 just because they're theirs. And then they wonder why life doesn't change for them. And it's because they're so damn selfish. I'm going to end with this because, earlier today and yesterday evening, I engage in listening to, we'll call it politics or rhetoric, whatever. And, all I can hear is this movement for people to say, please forgive student loan debt. If somebody owed you money, right? Would you want it forgiven? No. Now, I'm not saying that student loan debt's good. I'm not saying that because I think it's stupid. But here, I'll tell you this. If you borrowed money to pay anything off, you owe it to whoever you borrowed it from, be it the government, a bank, a friend, whoever it is. Pay it back. It's your obligation. It's contractual, it's integrity, it's honesty. Now, if you didn't get what you deserved from that bargain, you should have said something up front. You can't go back 20 years and say, hey, now I don't like what I got out of this thing. No. You don't return things. You should have not gone to school. You should have gotten a better degree. You should have pursued a better career. That's your fault, and you got to live with it. Not to say that I'm hating on you. It's just what it is, right? And I'm not saying that's you either, but here's what I'll tell you. We must fundamentally see that things that we want in life just don't happen just because somebody strikes a pen, just because somebody stamps a bill. That's not how life works, guys. Life gives us what we deserve. What we deserve, not what we want. The people that receive meals today, God had a plan for them. Life gave them what they deserved today. A meal. They didn't know it. They may have not asked for it, but somehow, some way, the world, life, God planted that seed and gave them a meal. And you know what? I guarantee they did something great before today that blessed them with this meal. And let me guarantee you something else. They'll do something that will bless another family because of it. Do good. Some people are out there doing good, and some people are out there really doing good. And that's you, I hope. Think about how many people's lives could be changed if everybody just had the ability, the capacity, the release of reservations, if you will, of contribution. Life would be great. Now, I really want to end with one last thing, right? So I had a pastor talk to me this morning or this afternoon, and he said, David, I want to tell you something. He goes, I hear you talk about contributions as if they were tithings for a church. And I said, exactly, it's a very similar concept. And he goes, well, I've never heard anybody outside of a church talk about giving, as it is unrelated to church. And I said, well, I believe it comes back. And he said, exactly, not very many people ever believe that. They don't believe that when you give, you get back. And I think that's a fundamental principle that we must instill in our children, is what he said. And I said, that's beautiful, because it's true. If you give something away, it will come back. I promise. Stop being scared. That's really why people don't give, is because they're scared. They're scared it'll never come back. I learned already. If you don't feel confident in giving, it's because you're scared that the money will never come back to you and you'll never be able to produce it again. I don't know about you guys. Even in my worst days, I could give $1 away. Even in my worst days, I could give $1 away. That didn't mean I did it. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you I could have. And you know why I could have? Because it wouldn't have put me any further from where I was. Do what's right, guys. Think about that, okay? I wanted to share this with you this evening because as I summarize the day, I want to surround myself with beautiful people. I want people who want to do great things in the world. I want to give blessings upon blessings to the world because of the abundance that I create, because of my belief in myself and my abilities, because of the belief in others and their abilities, because my confidence in the ability to give and spark that which will give back tenfold to others. God bless each and every one of you. I wish you nothing but health, wealth, success, but most importantly, freedom. Thanks, guys.